Hi, I'm Alan Ning. I was Zorianna Kit, and today we review Naked Singularity. This one's got Jon Boyega and Olivia Cooke in it. This is kind of one of those message films. It's about public defenders and the justice system, and similar to Lansky, I think the message of the movie kind of overwhelms the point it's trying to make. In this one, Jon Boyega plays a public defender in New York who basically gets burnt out with the system, with the unfairness, and he becomes ethically and morally compromised in this movie. And to me, this is one of those. I think the biggest issue I have with the movie is the fact that he is an unlikable character with a good heart and a good, he basically lost his passion and his way for justice. But I feel like that message got kind of lost throughout this movie. What did you think of Naked Singularity?
Well, I think the message got lost because it kind of turned more into like a heist, robbery, action-y type of a film.
Yeah.
That kind of makes it on one hand a little bit more enjoyable, because then you don't have to be preached to on the morality of right and wrong and morals. Because when you got a bunch of people who are like trying to steal cars and cash and getaways, they're not going to have much morals anyway. So I'd rather just accept the morals go out the window and just kind of enjoy the ride and watch how the carjack takes place and if they're going to get away with the money or not. So, I mean, this wasn't like the best film in the world. I felt like it was just like your average kind of typical film that just an enjoyable action film. It was lucky to get the amazing cast that it got, though. I mean, Jon Boyega, which, by the way, I felt was literally channeling Denzel Washington. I felt that there were so many Denzel Washington affectations here. Like, this is a role that Denzel would have played, when he was Jon Boyega's age, or maybe even the type of role Denzel Washington played in the movie we just saw him in with the cop one with Jared Leto and The Little Things.
Yeah, that's right.
The Little Things, yeah. And to me, Olivia Cooke, I'm just in awe of her. First of all, she's British and she's been playing all these American roles. This one, there's like a Jersey accent in this one, and she always looks so different. I mean, every time I see her on screen, I'm like, wait, she looks familiar, and then I have to look her up and go, oh my God, it's Olivia Cooke, because she looked totally different in A Sound of Metal with Riz Ahmed. She was amazing in that, but again, totally different. We just saw her not too long ago in Little Fish, which was this gorgeous end of the world romance. And I mean, I remember first seeing her in Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One. So I'm kind of obsessed with her choices and her ability to just completely chameleon herself into all these different roles. So for me, this movie was not so much about, it being okay or not okay, or but it was more for me like, wow, Olivia Cooke. I mean, this is really someone that we should all be tracking.
Yeah, I mean, I'll point out her performance. This is Jon Boyega's movie. He stars in it. But, as much as I didn't like his character, I did like Olivia Cooke's character of Leah. She is, we're following Cassie, Jon Boyega's character, and he does just some, all the trouble he gets into is his own doing. It's his attitude, his the way he talks back to the judge. He just becomes more and more unlikable. And if it wasn't for the likability of the Olivia Cooke character, Leah, I don't think I could have gone through this movie without getting more and more upset. So she plays that through line that you follow that keeps you engaged in the movie. But as good as it gets, Jack Nicholson plays a very unlikable character throughout the entire movie. But there's some element of redeeming value in that you just don't get that sense until in Jon Boyega's character until the very end. And this is the frustration I had with the movie. And like I said, if it wasn't for Olivia Cooke's character, I would have checked out on it a long
She's
time ago.
definitely not the character with like the misunderstood girl with the heart of gold. No, she's not. Doesn't have a heart of gold. I mean, she's got a rap sheet and is constantly asking to be bailed out or being, given some type of lenience by prosecutors and stuff. Yet she keeps going right back in there and doing the same behavior. But there is a sweetness to her that I guess makes, I think the audience really falls in love with her. Really.
Yeah. And I think her redemption story in this is all her own doing, despite all the other characters in the movie, mostly men, of course.
Yeah.
But I did appreciate just that fact of, if she's going to survive this movie, if her character is going to survive the story, and everything they put that character through, it's all done under her own willpower, her own doing. And that's the thing I think I found most interesting, and the interesting fact that how I engaged with this movie is through this supporting character as opposed to the main ones.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, so so you were I'm feeling like we're pretty close on this one. You were enamored by Olivia Cooke. She saved the movie for you. I don't know if you want to talk about the messaging at all, but yeah, I just felt lost, in Lansky. At the end of Lansky, it says, well, because of Meyer Lansky, there are 200 billion jobs or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And I felt the same way here. It's like we're supposed to be uplifting the public defender system, and I don't know. I think it didn't quite do that for you. So
I know. Makes me go, remind me to never have a public defender if I'm ever in trouble. I'm gonna have to get someone who's like a real lawyer that can actually, that is liked by the judges, so that things go in my favor, right?
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, we can go on about this. So I'm gonna guess, with all that said, you gave it a 6?
I gave it a 7. I gave it a 7. Yeah, I mean, it falls between a 6 and a 7, somewhere there, depending. But I'm feeling, a little more generous because it's Olivia Cooke. But you and I really are kind of on that same page. The lead was not really for us, and it's kind of the point of the lead. I mean, Jon Boyega was so likable in the Star Wars franchise. I mean, people love him. But here, there was nothing. There was none of that. There was none of that adoration that we had for him in previous movies. I think you probably gave it a 6.
Yeah, I gave it a 6. It's not that Jon Boyega gave a bad performance. It's just his character and the story. And I 15 years ago, I used to be an avid John Grisham reader, and his stories are so, it made me long for a John Grisham story.
Yeah.
And this one tried to be that, and I think it just went too far to the dark side for me.
Yeah.
So I gave it a 6.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, let us know what you thought of Naked Singularity. Do you agree with us? Olivia Cooke, great. She's the reason to see the movie. But let us know what you thought. Like and subscribe, comment below. And with that, let's get out of here.